Sugar. Oh, good morning, beloveds. Foster is in here, as is our new habit, but Sugar is sitting in the doorway, so I was going to see if she wanted to come in. But she is just sitting in the doorway. So, okay. I think eye drops are too close. I don't know that I can read the title. I am a winner. Let's go ahead and do the reading glasses, even though they give me funny shadows on my face. Okay. Our title, it's September 18th. Our title is I Am a Winner. Our first quote is, "For everyone that asketh, receiveth, and that they that seeketh, findeth, and to them that knocketh, it shall be opened." And that is Luke 11:10. The second quote is, "Who leans on the truth, throwing all with undivided intention onto the scales of reality, will find them balanced rightly." And that is The Science of Mind, page 455. Oof, that sounds very Egyptian. How many times have you heard someone say, "I never win anything"? These people are preconditioned to lose, no matter how many contests they enter. The parent thought of loss governs their life. Each time they lose, they are also the first to affirm, "See what I mean?" To change a tendency to accept losing as our lot in life, we must be willing to give up thoughts of loss and disappointment and to dwell instead on wins and positive expectations. We can start by going over the events of each day, of each evening, okay, let me try again. I'm learning to read again. We can start by going over the events of the day, each evening, and listing the good things that have happened, the compliments we received, the parking spaces we found, the jokes we shared, the little things others did for us, and the good feelings we experienced when someone appreciated our efforts. We need to be aware of the positive things coming into our life. As we become more conscious of these positives every day, we attract more wins into our life. Remember, you are a winner. I recognize that the great universe is full of good. I attract good to me by dwelling on expectancy and joy. I discard thoughts of loss, disappointment, and defeatism and replace them with thoughts of good health, happiness, and continual prosperity. I accept myself as a winner right now. With effortless persistence, I achieve my goals and I am well compensated for my energy and dedication. And that is MM. That is Marilyn Mooney. Okay, so there's two things in here. One, and I know that this is one of my drum beats, the trend of your thoughts, the trend of your thoughts, the trend of your thoughts, okay? Because it's super important. It's not about each individual thought. It is about the trend of your thoughts. And if the trend of your thoughts tends to be negative, then why would you be surprised if you look up and your life is trending negative? Because as Science of Mind says, the mind is a powerful thing. The mind is absolutely a powerful thing. And so that's exactly what you want to look at. Okay, what are the trend of your thoughts? The other thing is she leans into gratitude. One of the most powerful spiritual practices that we have, and I'm sure we didn't create it. It's because Ernest didn't create anything. And he straight up tells you that. What he did was he went and pulled from everybody else and he said, "You know what? That's a really good idea. I'm going to use that." Does he always give credit where he gets his ideas from? No. But that's Ernest. So there we are. But he tells you, "I didn't create any of this. I just gathered it all together." And that is the gratitude journal. And that's what she's leaning into. It's like, whatever you tell the universe is going to, what is it that Emma says? Whatever you persist in thinking, that's what the universe is going to show you. So if you're going to think about pink cows, the universe is going to show you pink cows. I'm sure that's not what she said, but you get the gist. That's Emma Curtis Hopkins. It's like, whatever you believe, that is what the universe is going to show you. So if you believe that you are a loser, then the universe is going to say yes, because that's what the universe does. The universe does not judge. What is it that Dick Schmeltzkopf, when you would say something and Dick would kind of look at you and he'd quirk that eyebrow up and he'd go, do you want the universe to say yes to that? No! Well, then stop saying it. So what her advice is, and God bless, it's science. You never break a habit. You don't break habits. What you do is you replace habits. So she says, at the end of your day, in the evening, and doing it right before you go to bed is a great way to have a good, to have good dreams, is to review your day. Start keeping a gratitude journal. Write down all of your wins. And she lists them. The jokes, the compliments, the little things. And that's frequently when I say that, lean into the little things. Because it's the little things that add up into the big things. Gratitude is one of the most amazing powers in the entire world. And I do have permission to tell this, but my partner, he was just having a really bad run, it's just like, and he was crabby, and he just looked at me one day and said, I don't feel, and I was like, well, how about keeping a gratitude journal? Do I know if he actually wrote things down? No. Neither of us are big writers. Both of us are big talkers. But he did start to do it. He started to think about, all of the little goods. And then about, 4 or 5 days later, he looked at me and he said, thank you, I feel better. Gratitude, it's one of the easiest practices. So when you are feeling kind of beaten down, and things seem to be going wrong every time you turn around, one of the best things that you can do for yourself is to sit down and make a list of, if you do it on paper, or if you do it, on computer, if you do it just verbally out loud to somebody else, make a list of the things that have gone right. We're always preparing in case things could go, for the things that can go wrong. And there's nothing wrong with that. But we also need to lean into, what if things go right? What if the absolute best happens? And that's what we're talking about. Living in joy and expectancy. That's when, at the bottom, when she was using her treatment. Because when we live in joy and expectancy of things going right, they do. Because the universe says yes. Do you want the universe to say yes to that? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. I absolutely want the universe to say yes to that. And so therein lies the power. Don't worry about each individual little bump. Look at the trend. And that is what she is about. Because if you sit there and you declare yourself a winner, you may not believe it the first time, but the 20th time you might. And the more emotion and feeling that you can put behind that, and I don't mean sarcasm, I mean really, honestly, put that, and that's where the list of good comes in, because it's going to fuel the realization that you are a winner. The fuel, the realization that you are a beloved child of God, when you go and list all the little things that have gone right, and the big things too, because, hey, do that. That's what's going to fuel it. I am a winner. You are, it's like, list all of the God qualities. You are creative, you are happy, you are peaceful, you are joy, you are expectant, and list that. And then when somebody looks at you and says, do you want the universe to say yes to that? Yes, I do. And when somebody says something, or you say something, and, in the back of your mind, because in the back of my mind, I'll hear Dick, I've got him in my head, say, do you want the universe to say yes to that? How long did I know this man? I don't even know. I came to Creative Life in 2005. So, he's ingrained in there pretty deeply. Do you want the universe to say yes to that? I even made business cards one time. to say that. There were a couple of phrases that he said, and that was one of them. Do you want the universe to say yes to that? Well, yes, I do. Or sometimes, no, I don't. And if I don't want the universe to say yes to that, well, what do I want the universe to say yes to? Because the universe does not judge. The universe just says yes. The law says yes. Because it's not in the law to say no. It's not the way it works. So, that's where we are. Beware the trend of your thoughts and practice gratitude. Practice gratitude. List all of the things. You want a mission today. That is your mission today. Your mission today, should you choose to accept it, should we choose to accept it, is absolutely to make that list of the good. Try it for a week and see how you feel at the end of the week. Today is Sunday, so today is a great day to start, Make a list at the end of the day and write it down or not, whatever. For you journaling people, it's an excellent journaling exercise. Make a list of the good things that have happened your day. Or when you sit around at the dinner table at night, talk about the good things that happened through the day. What is good in your life, and share it, with each other. And then there you go, do it for a week. And the next thing that I suggest, which is to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate. That's the same thing. You can absolutely, because that is, when you do something loving for yourself, you do something kind for yourself, you do something compassionate for yourself, listing the good is an amazing practice. Gratitude journaling is an amazing practice. It really can point out to you, one, your life is better than you think it is. Two, there is good in your life. Three, you win. And it's loving, kind, and compassionate because you feel better when you see all the little wins. And you see them add up into, hey, you know what? We're balancing the scales. And that's what that first quote was. Which I cannot see now, so hang on. I said it sounded very Egyptian. Who leans on the truth, throwing all with an undivided attention on the scales of reality, will find them balanced rightly. So that was from page 455. Which, reminder, that's the original text, not the new one. So you might need a conversion chart. Your life is more good than it is not. It is. And if you go back and look, you'll see that. And so that is an amazing practice that will help to show you that. It will make you feel better. It is the most loving, kind, and compassionate thing you can do for yourself. So try it. You might like it. So, okay, so there's the loving, kind, compassionate thing. You've got your mission for the day. So I'm going to remind you, and remember, you don't break habits. You replace them. Why not replace them with a good habit? And that's how loving, kind, and compassionate spiritual practice can work. So, create that habit. Create that default setting. Create that first response for you and for everybody around you. Because when you practice on yourself, you create a bank for when you meet people who need a little extra. So, occasionally, especially when I'm working with a negative Nelly, because they come, I take a little bit of joy in pointing out the good to them. I do. So it's like, for every negative thing that you say to me, I want to try and find a positive. I'm going to try. So, that is my practice. That is my practice. I do like to be that island of calm. No matter what comes in, and that's one of the ways that I can do it, by pointing out the good as they're pointing out the, yeah, but. Okay. So the other stuff is all the same stuff as usual, which is to do something to engage your mind and your body, unless it's your day of rest. I'm still on a day of rest, from my eye surgery, although I did go to the park yesterday and go for a walk. That was good. And the good news is that I did go through my pictures, and I can still take really good pictures, even though my eyes are a little weird now. I'm learning to live with them. And I need to be patient with myself because I'm 4 days into this surgery. You know, how good are my eyes going to be in a month once the inflammation and healing finishes? Yeah, that'll be all good. Okay. So engage your mind and your body, drink plenty of water. It doesn't matter what the temperature is outside. Hydration is super important. It's just as the weather cools down, you might switch to drinking warm liquids instead of ice liquids. You know, hey, just hydrate. Drink plenty of water. Drink plenty of water. It's a good thing. And, and that's what, ice water, that feeling. So that's a good thing in my life. I'm grateful for that. Grateful for ice. And then, bright light early in your day. My Foster was like nothing doing. He was like, I'm not getting out of bed. We are not having bright light. We are going to sleep in. Because obviously, since I can't lift anything over 10 pounds, I wasn't allowed to go to the gym today. Oops. Next week. So, and open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you do live in heaven right here, right now. It's all around us all the time. We can take Emma's advice and look for the good and praise it. And that's how we can find heaven. But we can also remember that when we plug into the source of our own being through our various spiritual practices, we are going to the source of heaven. We are going to the source of happiness because happiness is an inside-out job. So therefore, creating heaven around us, superpower. Everybody has it. Practice. Practice, practice, practice. Makes permanent. It makes connecting to the source of our own being like instantaneous, and then we can pull that feeling in and then channel it out into our world. Really, honestly, that's the way it works. That is the way it works. I'm telling you the truth here. Okay, so there is that. Take Emma's advice. Look for the good and praise it. Create those gratitude journals. Trust me on that. It's pretty amazing. It just in 3 or 4 days, you will feel better. You might feel better in the moment. Try it. Okay, so social medias. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I am the running Rev Ryan. Feel free to give us likes, shares, follows, all that, nonsense. And there was something else I was going to say, and now I don't remember what it was. So I'm going to remind you about the email. You want to know what's going on with the center? Please feel free to email info@creativelife.org. That will get you on the constant contact email. And those hot links are hot. So then you'll know what's going on, even when I don't. And that happens occasionally. So, yeah. If there was anything else, check that email. There's book studies, there's classes, all that stuff going on all the time. Yeah. Okay. So that's the good that I know. And I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, wondrous day, a magical day, an enchanting day, a fantastic day, a sun day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day because you are enough just as you are. Although you keep that gratitude journal and you'll find out that you had a much more awesome day than you think you did. But have that day because you are a beloved child of God in whom God is well pleased and well represented always. And that is a thing that you can start your gratitude list with. You are a beloved child of God. You are a beloved child of spirit. You are a beloved child of the Atman. You are a beloved child of whatever you want to call it. When we name God, we limit God. So use any and all of the names. Because God is unlimited. And you are connected to that. Okay, beloveds. Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you at 9 a.m. But before that, we will have an amazing service for you at 11 right here on Facebook Live. And it just occurs to me that I haven't checked my email and gotten that thing up on Instagram. So I'm going to do that as soon as I get off here. All right, beloveds, take care of yourself. Know that you are loved and know that I will see you next time.